Beautiful people, this man you're looking at is a wealthy man who fell in love with this lady called Hanifa. She's 26 years old and she sells clothes on the street, and that was where he met her. He believes she's from a humble beginning and started to date her. He really fell in love with her, and he told him about himself, about his family, that he was wealthy. And when he asked her about her past, she lied to him, and he believed her lie. He fell in love with her. She told him she was single and she has never had anything to do with a man in the other room. I bet you know what I mean by this statement. So, whenever Hanifa visited him, he respected her privacy. You know what I mean? He didn't want to do anything with her in the other room. And he promised her he was going to wait until they were married. Hanifa then took him to her family. Before he came to her family, she begged her family not to reveal the truth to him. They warned her against deception, that this is wrong, but she didn't listen to her family. Eventually, their wedding day came. They had their wedding. Everything seemed perfect. After their wedding, Hanifa and her husband lodged in a hotel, and her husband went to the bathroom to have his bath. Hanifa sat on the bed. She was afraid that he would eventually find out the truth. She was afraid and then made up her mind she was going to confess her lies. When her husband got out of the bathroom, she said she had something to tell him, and she began her story that she had dropped out of school when she was in class 4, and she dated a man who was unfaithful to her. He was cheating on her for 2 years, so she broke that relationship and eventually started another relationship with another man. This time she was selling clothes on the streets to survive, but she was struggling. But this same guy didn't have anything, so in order to augment, she started another relationship. In the process, she got pregnant and she didn't know who the father of her child was. So she had to tell a lie to the first man that he was responsible for her pregnancy, even though she wasn't sure who it was. The first boyfriend denied and said he had medical issues and he can't get a lady pregnant. So Hanifa moved to the second man. That one denied her, so she had no option but to struggle on the streets to raise her child. So she hid her child from him. Her husband was patient to listen to her confession. After her confession, he was furious and couldn't hold himself. Just what he did was to walk away from her. And Hanifa thought he would understand, but he was furious and presented Hanifa papers of divorce. He told her that she was not to be trusted and that she's as good as a snake who deceived him. He left the hotel room and severe communications with Hanifa. Beautiful people, do you think this man overreacted and walked out on Hanifa on their wedding day? I want you to share your thoughts. I will share mine. I believe that a relationship based on deception is a wrong foundation and will never stand. That's my thought. I want you to share your opinions. Do you think Hanifa even did the right thing to confess on her wedding day?